Hi, I'm Scott Zimmerman, and I'd like to talk about our team building game, The Search for the Lost Dutchman's Gold Mine, and how we link in our Square Wheels cartoons to the play of the game. The theme of the game is to mine gold, and it's about teamwork and communications and collaboration. What we do is we give each team a vehicle in the beginning of the game, and that vehicle consumes fuel, and the teams consume supplies and the like. At the end of the game, then we can talk about the journey and how it worked. We talk about the fact that it might not work as smoothly as people would like it to work because the square wheels thump and bump along. We talk about the issues of motivation. Everyone wants to be motivated. Everyone wants to succeed. So how do we get that vehicle? How do we reach success? How do we feel good about ourselves? In the game, not everybody agrees with the early decisions. So it's critical that they do reach agreement, that everybody's online in alignment, and then we go forward. Now, ideally, there's one best way to play the game, but in reality, it seems like each team makes its own decisions. Each team goes out on its own and does its own thing. Um, we're not sure what they're listening to. We're not sure what actually the teams are doing. Now, in the reality of the game and the reality of most organizations, we sometimes get bogged down by this mud, this yellow, gooey, sticky mess. I use the same metaphor when I'm talking about teaching the caterpillar to fly. It's this glop that organizations seem to have a lot of. It makes progress difficult. Even pulling this vehicle forward isn't the solution. And if we look around carefully, what we can find are alligators and sharks. They may represent competition. They may represent competitive pressures of different kinds. The key is to generate an alignment. The key is to have the wagons working together, but the reality, it's more like chaos and confusion. The teams don't work together. They bump into each other. They compete instead of collaborate. Now, one of the realities I think in organizations is something I like to call my team. It's good to have a team. It's good to have all this good team stuff, but the issue with having a team is that you can get into this thing we call my team, my team, my team. And that's when teams basically bond together against others. We see it in the game quite clearly. It measurably suboptimizes results when we play Dutchman. Now, everybody works hard. The goal is to mine gold, and everybody's in there pitching in and working hard. But what the debriefing represents is an opportunity to step back and sit down and chat by the fire and look for opportunities to make improvements. And maybe we can identify some things out there that we could choose to do totally differently than we do now. My favorite quote from Max Dupree is, "We cannot become what we want to be by remaining what we are." I like to use the metaphor of the game and the cartoons. Don't just do something, stand there. Let's step back from what we did and look at what we did and why we did it. Organizational improvement is about choice and choices. What do we do? What did we choose to do based on what information we had, what information was available, and the like. The first key debriefing question then focuses on what did you learn from your experience. People like to talk about the game, and I like to drift them over into how does the game play represent the organizational play. So that's a quick overview of the square wheels as they link to issues of team building and communications. Hope you like it. This is Scott Zimmerman signing off.